If SRM is to work, it has to deliver benefits for both the buying and supplying organisations. This means that you have to partner with those suppliers with whom you can forge a mutual benefit. This might be because you can drive out costs by merging operations, which is at the heart and core of the reason for outsourcing, or because together you can develop superior products, such as industries like automotive, or because you need each other to win profitable business, much as IT-related companies form alliances to bid for work. Your starting point to identify SRM partners is to create your supply positioning matrix, which is the importance of the things you buy versus the supply risk or complexity, and identify the suppliers for your categories in the strategic quadrant. Then look at the preferencing of each of these suppliers, which is whether or not the market is important to them and whether or not you are seen as a key account. Where there is a match between the category being strategic for you and a supplier who also sees the market and you as core to them, then you have a potential SRM partner. Decide how you're going to baseline the relationship and then measure where you are. Identify the gaps and start to drive out projects that will close the gaps. Supplement this with an exercise to map out each side's goals against the other and see if this suggests ideas for developing a mutual benefit. Here are some top tips for how to make a good choice. First, look for similar values. Values are the behaviours you expect when conducting business. For example, if you want a close and productive relationship, but the other party shows you through their actions that they are adversarial and distrusting, then you're unlikely to have a worthwhile SRM program with them. Make a list of all the behaviours you would want to see before starting SRM, and then test them by observing your chosen suppliers in action. Identify common goals. Business goals are targets that you set for what you want to achieve and how you are going to get there from your starting point. If your intended SRM partners have different goals to yours, then it may make it impossible to have a meaningful SRM program. But be careful. Goals that at first sight look incompatible could be reframed to make them supportive of each other. For example, you might have a goal to reduce costs and your supplier one of increasing profits. At first sight these look incompatible, but might be reconciled with a plan to increase the range of services or products the supplier provides to you, which increases their revenue and profit, and at the same time get a corresponding agreement to reduce unit prices, as the same fixed cost is amortized across a bigger revenue base. This gives you a cost reduction. Assess the ability to create mutual value. Look for areas in which you might collaborate in order for you both to increase business. Do they have technology that will enhance your offering to your potential customers? Can you provide an opportunity for them to prototype products or services in a low-risk environment? Do you have complementary processes or technology that will enable you to merge functions and reduce costs? Make sure they have improvement capability. It is one thing to have a desire to improve processes and drive out waste, for example. It is another to have the capability to do it. Ask for examples of how they have achieved this in the past. Do they have the tools to deliver improvements, such as qualified Six Sigma practitioners or experience of lean design? Make sure this is a strategic market for them. SRM works when there is something in it for both parties. This is more likely to be the case if yours is a strategic market for them. You can test this by constructing a Boston matrix, which measures market growth against their market share. If they have a high market share of a fast-growing market, then you will certainly be strategic. Also, make sure you're an important client for them. Strategic relationships are intensive and demand significant time and effort. For a supplier to invest this in you, they need to believe that you are important to them. You can increase your importance in a number of ways, from making sure you pay on time, to giving them the facility to test out new innovations in a low-risk way without losing business. So, want to know more? Well, if you go to this website and claim your free copy of my new ebook, Power Partners: how to unlock real and lasting value with your critical suppliers.